event at the Rotunda back in April. So the shirts are actually from the event. But what we're trying to do is really take a really simplistic approach to unifying the diaspora, right? So it's a soft approach. A hard approach would be a political rally. But sometimes when you take a political rally, a lot of folks, especially young people who don't get the politics, not really into it. But if you take something real simplistic, like we take the image, the prototypical, not the stereotypical, prototypical image of a black female, and around the world it's the same. So the song Black Jeans Make Blue Jeans Tight is a song I wrote about 7 years ago. But beyond that, what we try to do is establish a prototype for black beauty, right? Because black women are being erased out of American history, right? The image of black women. Lupita is like a rare situation, but pretty much the black women in Hollywood now are all trying to look like white women. And so what we're trying to do is establish not just the image, but the beauty of black women, right? So everywhere you go, whether in Jamaica, Trinidad, Nigeria, Kenya, North Philly, Harlem, black jeans make blue jeans tight, right? So, but when we talk about jeans, we're also talking about hair, we're talking about melanin complexion, and we're talking about the prototypical image of black females around the world, all right? So this came from the hook to the song, because when you're dealing with young people, you gotta pull them in the way that they get it. But it's really beyond the song title is a conversation that needs to be had about the image of black women, because a lot of brothers are being born from black wombs, but then they are pursuing white women. And so what we're trying to do is build a brand of the black woman back for our folks, right? And so we actually had what we call the Black Jeans Cakewalk in April. So a couple of the sisters did what we call, instead of catwalking, they did what we call the cakewalk. What was traditionally, slaves did what they call the cakewalk. But we have a modern day version, but we actually had sisters in African attire. We have, one of them actually carried her baby on her back. What we're trying to show is bring sisters together and erase the national boundaries throughout the diaspora, because people identify with where they're from. White people establish borders, national borders. You know, like in Africa, they carved up Africa at the Berlin Conference in 1884. And then even here in Philly, everybody's territorial. It's not about being black, it's about what part of town you're from. And then if you go to New York, it's the same thing with borough. And then outside of the country, if you're Jamaica, everybody identifies with the white man's boundaries. So what we're saying is black jeans dominate. I don't care where you're from, if the black jeans make us the same. We part of the same people, right? So that I don't care what country you call it, because you ain't call it that. Your slave master called it that. So we taking a soft approach. Let me help this sister out over here. I'm gonna hold it for you. So what we're doing is taking a soft approach for a serious issue. So we're really getting a lot of sisters involved. What we really want to do is take the sisters out of the concubine status that they're in and bring them back home to the black community, right, into the black family. And so we're taking a different, you know, that's that old adage, if it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's probably Daffy Duck, right? But anyway, so that's the history of it. So Levi want to play this song, but essentially what we're working on now, we actually getting ready to start shooting a movie tomorrow, because we're going to deal with the whole issue of abduction, the abduction of black children for organ parts and prostitution. But we're dealing with a lot of issues with the sisters, because as we know, the brothers are all, it's a target on their back. So they're making billions of dollars with the prison industry, but they leave the sisters here with the decision whether I'm going to continue being a concubine or am I going to be a warrior for the struggle, right? So we're trying to push the sisters, because at the end of the day, just like in the Haitian Revolution, what they don't tell you in history is that the black women are actually the ones who won that revolution. You hear about Toussaint L'Ouverture, and you hear about Desalini, but if those who know that it was the women who actually closed the deal in Haiti. And in most situations, that's what it is. And you think of sisters like Harriet Tubman. So when the sisters become conscious and you pull them out of that concubine status that the slave masters put them in, and then they raise their children like Elijah Muhammad said, like Elijah Muhammad said, you educate a woman, you educate a nation. So that's why we focus on building the image of black women. But black women tend to not think that they're beautiful. A lot of them think they're sexy, but not beautiful. And there's a difference. And particularly the darker complected ones, I found, don't feel like they're beautiful in the society. And a lot of brothers are the cause of it. But I really have a problem with the brothers who are born out of a black womb and then they're looking for a white woman. That's one of my, main pet peeves and issues I have. So we really are trying to, and next year we're going to do it bigger. We might even take it to New York, or maybe we'll do it here. I'll talk to the brother here, but we're trying to establish a cultural event for all black people in the diaspora. So it ain't going to just be a Liberian thing. It ain't going to be a black America. It's just going to be for black people because it's time to consolidate. We don't have the luxury for all that tribalism anymore. So I'm going to shut up now on that note and give the mic back to Levi. So you got me talking.
All right. So if you can put this back up, Elder. All right, yeah, if anybody wants to get in contact and help out with that whole project, and of course we open for it, talk to the brother. So here's the song. And I wanted to play it because it was a song that was already on. And then we're going to get this open mic moving. All right, one.
There's nothing like the real jeans, baby. West Africa, Brazil, and Haiti. You love the way we feel, jeans, baby. West Africa, Brazil, and Haiti. My eyes, cheekbones, and hair, my hips, my thighs, cheeks, so hairy, yeah. In my black jeans, making my blue jeans tight. Didn't make it do tight. I'm loose in the waist, got drinks of a boost station.
Right off the Barnary sub-stop, Philadelphia, PA. Shot so loud you would think it was a club spot. African Americans, although we all over the web, we the hood librarians. We ship to prisons too. We reach out and deliver to those that's bitten too. But it's more than a bookstore. You wonder we got it, mixtapes, DVDs, and culture products. Black and Nobel got our hands in a lot of projects. We welcome all to come build. The energy is positive. And remember, other teams is awake and conscious. Come through and experience this place of knowledge. They say they'll put it in a book if they wanna hide it from us. But we got them books so you can buy it from us. Something to read while you on a train or riding the bus. Get your read on, food for thought, get your eat on. Black and Nobel, I buy my books at Black and Nobel.